What's up, guys? Holding Alex with you here, bringing you Black Clover manga review. This is chapter 191, titled "The Infiltration into the Shadows." This was a very hype chapter. It was basically a very good build-up chapter. It continues from last week when Asta and the captains went into the Shadow Realm to infiltrate into the last battle. Which this chapter did state that this is going to be like the final stage. So I probably say we have about like 10-15 chapters, maybe 20 at most left of this arc. But basically when everyone went in, it was stated by Noel's brother Nazar to Asta that this realm is in between the human realm and the realm of afterlife. So Asta got freaked out and he was like, so are we all going to die? And Noel, of course, in the comedic aspect, told him to shut up, Asta, or stupid stuff. We're not gonna die. Don't say things like that. And as they continue to travel in this realm, everyone gets separated to different places. Asta falls down to the ground, and he's in this weird room that's made of rock with a whole bunch of rocks floating upwards like a stairway. And on top of him, Momasa, she falls on him, chest first, of course. And she apologized to Asta, and we see Asta's face is laying on the floor with a leaking nose, and he's all spaced out. And she heals him back to max capacity, and he even states, I can use my shadow form again now. And he gets super happy, and Momasa, seeing him super happy, she gets happy. And she starts to use her magic to trace around the area to see what, who's where and what's going on. And she gets freaked out, and she states that in every room there's an enemy, and all their power levels are beyond the captains. And she says these guys, if you remember correctly, these elves that are up here, these are the elite elves. They're different from the other elves that we've been fighting. And these elves are known as the Apostles of Saphira. And they are basically like the most powerful of all the elves. These are like the elves that are blessed with like godlike abilities the most, at the highest. So if we think the other elves were bad, imagine these guys, how powerful they are. I mean, yeah, we got captains, but Momasa herself even said that these guys have more magical power than the captains. So that's kind of scary. And out of all the rooms that are laid out next to each other that have these, elves, the top floor only has one room. And in that room, there's one person by himself up there. And Asta figured that it had to be the elf leader, who him and Yuna already fought earlier and got blown away. So Asta's real hyped to get a rematch with that guy. So Asta runs up to the next room, and Momasa, she follows, and they find all these weird like green plants. First it was pictures on walls, and then it got brought to life. And it was like, wait a minute, we know this magic. And we see Vel, he's there, and if you remember, Vel is the pretty boy with the, not the pretty boy, but he's the one that was with the pretty boy in the tournament when they had last arc. You know how it was that one pretty boy who's Mimosa's cousin, who he's okay and he sent her off here with Asta, and we had the other cousin, the one who whenever he paints, it becomes real. Well, that's basically Val. And he told them, how many times do I have to tell your humans? My name is not Val, my name is Lila. So, I guess the elf version that's in him is Lila. Now, is that a girl or a boy? Who knows? But I believe Val was a boy. But I think the elf spirit that's controlling him is probably a female. And the elf really did state that my magic has become even stronger after all these years. And once we eliminate all you humans and we take over our realm back, our magic is going to be even stronger. So that's kind of scary to think of. So we have that's like the first bout right there, Asta and Mimosa versus Lifa. Then we get Noelle, and she's stuck by herself somewhere in a dark cave, and we see her opponent. And this is gonna be a hard one for her. I mean, she has the type advantage if her magic is the same, the way it looks in this, the way she was drawn. But we see the female elf that looked like Fana, that elf chick. We see her in the sky. She has like angel wings, but I think they made of fire. And she's looking down on Noelle. And she's like, I don't think you're gonna last long against me. And Noelle gets freaked out and scared, and I'm like, oh. So that's gonna be the second fight. Noelle versus Fauna, or whatever that angel elf chick name is. I'm gonna keep calling her Fauna until we get her real name. But yeah, that's the second fight. Then we get the third matchup in this chapter, and it's actually Frangolian's sister, Mira Liana, if I'm pronouncing her name right. It's her versus Veta. That's gonna be an epic battle, since Veta is like an animal and he fights with his fist, and the way she fights inflaming her fist. So they both fighters, close up bad fighters. So that's gonna be a really, really good fight to see. That's actually my most anticipated fight I want to see the most, actually. And then we get the last fight that's set up, fight number 4. Now this one's gonna be also very intriguing. It is Captain Leon Frigolian versus the ultimate shield of the kingdom, Kaiser. And we see what this guy looks like. He's a pretty big guy, with like the white beard's mustache, and it looks like he has horns. And Frangolian told him, if somebody were to tell me when I became a captain a couple of years back that I eventually would have to fight you like this, I would have never believed them. And this elf reply, Kaiser, his reply was, well, please don't hold back on my account, because I don't even know who you are. And that was basically the end of the chapter. Again, this chapter was not that long. Lately, the My Hero Academia and Black Clover chapters haven't been long lately, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Hopefully everything's okay in the studios and with the authors and stuff, but yeah, these 4 fights that have been set up. Mimosa and Asta versus Val, or Lila. Noelle versus Fina. Veta versus Meraligolian, and Fragolian versus Kaiser. These 4 fights are going to be awesome. I cannot wait to see how it's going to happen and how they're going to throw down. I mean, Asta's not by himself like Noelle, so... And we know Asta can negate magic, so it's like anyone that's magic that fights him is in a disadvantage automatically. But at the same time, there is still ways to go around that, so... We're just going to have to wait and see. And plus, Asta's the main character, so we know he's going to win his fight. It's just how he wins it. Especially with Mimosa and her great healer magic and her sensory. She's going to really be useful in this fight. I believe she's going to be actually the main reason why Asta's going to win. And when it comes to Noelle, if she can be able to use that holy water armor thing that she did before, if she can use that again, she might stand a chance against Fena. Might. Who knows? Or maybe she might fight her and weaken her, but still lose to her. And maybe her brother might show up in the last minute and save the day. I can see that happening with Noelle, sadly. I don't think she's going to win at all. I think she's going to like get defeated and then get help. But like I said, the most anticipated fight that I wanted to see is Frangolian's little sister, Meraligolian, her versus Veta. That is the fight I am dying to see the most. And also Frangolian himself versus the Shield, Kaiser. That's also another fight I want to see. Those two right now are like back and forth for me. But I really like Frangolian's sister a lot as a character, so her fight is like a little bit, I'm more biased towards that fight. So that's the fight I really want to see the most. But yeah, again, this was a hype chapter 191 of Black Clover manga review. If you haven't read the chapter, I advise you to go read it. If you already read it, read it again. Great chapter. But like I said, I want to see them throw hands. I want to, hopefully we get like no interference or whatever. And these next couple of chapters hopefully are straight battle chapters. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wouldn't mind dialogue, of course. Kind of like my story progression as well, but when Black Clover does do fight scenes, they do them very well. So I can't wait to see them throw hands again. But that's all I have for you guys. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share with your family and friends. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to get more whenever I post an upload. Tell me down below which out of these 4 fights you'll want to see the most. You already know mine's. Hands down. Best girl versus best beast, I guess you can say. But tell me whatever fight you want to see. Tell me what you think Captain Jack and Yami are doing, since those two entered here together first before everybody else. Are they separated? Are they together? Or they defeated? Are they still fighting? What's going on in your opinion on that? And let's have some fun with this chapter, guys. But that's all I have for you. And I'll see you in the next one. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Link will be down below. See ya. Peace out.